And welcome back. This is the Paracord Weaver. This is part 2 of a small series on how to do an easy monkey fist. So what we've done up to this point is we've roughed it in using our jig. And you'll notice that there's a loop right here that didn't get put underneath of here. And that's okay, because remember when we did our initial 8 wrap, we went around halfway. Well, those 2 places are going to have 9 cords on them. So we need to make it to where there's only 8. So you'll see that there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so we're going to take this cord and we're going to pull it through. So now we only have 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this cord and we're going to run it underneath of the green, or the coyote brown, and we're going to come out right there. Okay. Remember, everything's nice and loose right now, so we can manipulate things pretty easily. Okay. Again, watch your twist. So we still have our 2 pieces here. Okay. We still have our 8 cords and 8 cords. All right, so now we're ready to start tightening this up. First thing we want to do is try to manipulate this thing around and make sure all the cord on all the pieces lay flat next to each other. Okay, and we'll start with this first one that loops around here. Now when you make these, don't tighten the ones up on the edges very much. You just want to do it a little bit loose and pull the slack out just a little bit. Okay, so what we're doing, remember, paracord, you want to do everything nice and easy, nice and slow, not too tight. Okay, you just want to keep working it around. And we're going to lay the cord right where it's supposed to be with our fingers. Oops, there we go. Okay, so that they lay nice and flat. Okay, that way we don't have to worry about the cord being on top of each other. And we're going to do this quite a few times, because each time we're just going to take a little bit more out. We're not making it very tight. Okay. Oops, here we go. Where did we go? There we go. Okay. And we're just going to keep working this around and working this around. And just keep laying the cord right next to the one, next to it there. Okay, so that it makes it nice and flat. You got to make sure that you're not pushing the cord off of the center of the ball as well, because if you do that, then your pieces here will be smaller in one place and bigger in another. Okay, now this one should put us back, whoops, where we need to be to take the rest of the cord out here. Okay, now again, when you get to the edge, don't do the edge piece very tight. You want to leave it nice and loose. Okay, So I'm just doing it loose. I'm not pulling it tight yet. Just nice and loose. And then I'm holding it with my thumb as I pull the next one. Okay. And you'll see that this starts to really take shape. Okay, and now that we've done those a couple of times, we're going to reposition everything around here and make sure that we're not off center somewhere. Okay, so we're going to keep looking at it there. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the Coyote Brown. We'll just snug it up a little bit here and we'll walk it around. What we're doing is just taking the slack out. We're not making it tight yet. Okay, so you can see what we're starting to get now. We want to look at it and make sure we're moving things around that need to be moved so that as we tighten this up, it'll be balanced. Okay. So let's go back to the black, and we're going to go back to this piece right here. I think this is the one. There we go. We're going to start right here because this one loops around and comes back under. Okay, so we're going to take that and we're just going to pull it a little bit snug. Okay, a little bit tighter. Not too tight, because if we make it too tight, it'll start slipping off of the ball, the round edge of the ball. So we got to do this real slow. Okay, and I believe that's that one there. Oops, there we go. And again, we're going to, every time we do that, we're going to reposition everything and try to get this thing balanced so that when we tighten it up, we're good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and go from here. Looks like we want to do this one here. And you can tighten this up in any order you want. You'll find a way that works really good for the way you do it. This just gives you some ideas. And you can feel when they start getting tight. And we'll switch to our pliers here pretty soon, because I won't be able to pull them up with my finger much longer. Oops. There we go. Oops, there we go. Looks like I made a little bit of a mistake here. There we go. That's it. Oops, going the wrong way. That could happen. Has happened. It will happen again. There we go. Now this one is this loop here. Okay. So then we're going to take and look at it again and make sure that it's balanced each time that we do that. So we've tightened everything up by hand. And you can see we're getting close to being tight. And you can see we're also close to being the right length here. So let me grab my pliers. Okay, so now let's make a couple of tweaks here. Get this laid out a little bit there. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and tighten our Coyote Brown up, and we'll just pull this lead here, just not too tight because we don't want to slide it down. Okay, we just want to snug it up a little bit. And again, if you hold it with your thumb, that'll help keep it from sliding as well. There we go. Okay. Again, we're not pulling it real tight. We're just taking the slack out each time, because what we don't want to do is cause more issues. Because when we make it too tight too fast, then it starts getting off balance. Okay. So now you can see our black cord that loops around under. One is going to be for this way, and then on this one is going to be for this way. So what I do is on this side, I'll do it and it'll pull out, and then I do it from this side, and then that will pull out the other side, and that gives me more of a balance on my finished cord than trying to do it all one way. If I do it all from one side all the way through, then what happens is I get too much cord on one side when I'm finished, and I need more of a balance in there. Okay, so we just put our thumb on it, and we'll pull it tight right here, just a little bit, okay, not too much. We're pulling ever so gently each time, okay, because we don't want too much. You don't want to take a big bite out of this cord with the pliers either, just nice and gentle. There we go. Okay, so now we have our slack here, and this is going to be here. So then we just pull it and snug it up. Okay. Now we go back to where we were here. See how it comes around and goes underneath. So now we're going to do this side. And again, we want to continually work this cord so that we stay in the center of that ball with each side, because if we don't, then it'll get off kilter. So then we're going to take this one again, the cord that goes underneath, we're going to take that and we're just going to snug it just a little bit. Okay, we don't want it too tight yet. Now we're not pulling hard, we're just pulling nice and easy. Okay? We don't need it to be really tight yet. Again, when we come to the end, we're just nice and easy. Okay? All right? So for this demonstration, I think we'll end there. When I make these for people, I normally make them a lot tighter. And I'll keep tightening this up and tightening this up until it's really, really tight. You can do that however tight you want. So this is the paracord weaver. This ends part 2 of how to make an easy monkey fist. And I think we'll do a part 3 on what I do with the cord here, at least on a start. So it's the paracord weaver. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.